I was
Look at
close
that.
to
Look at that
going.
place. What the
Yeah.
Hello, Dillies! How's it going? We got Frank Albo here. This is his brand new book. And believe me, Frank has blown my mind on more than one occasion. And I feel like it's about to happen right now. Some of you guys have seen over the past year while I've gotten more tattoos and more symbols all over myself. I think I know things about symbols. This guy's supposed to tell you a little bit more. So Frank, I met you when I was in broadcasting school, and we did a project about the ledge because you wrote a book, The Hermetic Code. We won't talk too much about that. I'm pretty sure people have seen it all over the area.
Just tell people what the ledge is.
Legislative building. And so you can go and check that out online, but we're actually going to discuss his new book currently. So let's start with how you went from Winnipeg to Kazakhstan.
Well, it's not something that I ever prepared. Let's see. Winnipeg, Kazakhstan, of course. The homeland of Borat. What instead happened was I was preparing this graduate course on utopian cities because something that inspired me from the ledge was that how this repository of ancient knowledge in the form masquerading as a house of government, the Manitoba Ledge, but was really designed as a reconstruction of King Solomon's Temple, how on earth it could be in Winnipeg. So I started a study of cities and utopian cities. I thought I'd begin with Atlantis, the very fabled, the principal utopium, and I was going to take it right up to Astana, the capital city of Kazakhstan, because it's the most recent planned capital. What shocked me was that all of my Google searches led to the same nefarious conclusion, and that was that the world capital of the Illuminati, in fact, if you type this in Google right now, world capital of the Illuminati, you will get this city, the capital of Kazakhstan. And here I was, having written my doctorate on Freemasonry, secret societies, and architecture, and I had no idea that this city had this moniker for being a world capital for the Illuminati. Right at that moment, I couldn't make this up. How this shit went down was every tab in my computer screen is reading the same thing. The Illuminati, Astana, the Illuminati, Astana. And out of the blue, I get a phone call from the chief protocol officer of Manitoba asking if I would tour the ambassador of Kazakhstan and his wife, who just arrived to Winnipeg.
Whoa.
No. That. And I'm like, what? I'm looking at,
literally
at the same moment. They're watching. I said, oh my gosh, I'd be delighted to give him a tour on one condition. I need to meet him for breakfast first. So this deal was struck. And
amazing.
I meet him at the Fork Area Hotel. The very first thing I said to the ambassador from Kazakhstan is, sir, nice to meet you. I know what you're doing. He said, okay, nice to meet you, Dr. Albo. This is my wife. What am I doing? I said, well, your nation is doing what every other great nation has done since the dawn of time. Okay, with a chuckle. And what is that? I said, well, you're using monumental architecture to announce you've arrived on the world stage. And then he leaned back. He said, yes, that is what we're doing. And I said, yes. And he said, I said, but you're missing something. And he said, okay, what are we missing? I said, you need a foundation myth. Because for anybody looking at your architecture, they're going to lead to this conclusion that you could not be anything other than the Illuminati. You have built a giant glass pyramid, an all-seeing eye, a massive UFO, the largest UFO ever constructed is a building in Kazakhstan.
I was looking through some of them,
crazy,
for sure. It's insane.
Right? So,
and beautiful.
And he said, oh my God, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, who's going to do that? I was like, I'm going to do that. So
amazing.
I spent 4 years going there, researching, and that resulted in the culmination of this book. And so my entire body of research and scholarship has been rested on reading our built environment like you would a book. Typically, there are two basic elements of how to decipher cities, monuments, cemeteries, whatever. And that is through symbolism, and the other is through mythic themes. Think of the Washington obelisk. I mean, what is that? It's an Egyptian tapered obelisk representing George Washington, because it's seen as a beam of a ray of light.
A ray of light, yeah, for sure.
On the surface, you could look at the buildings and they look strange, But if you kind of peer beyond that veil, there's actually each one of these buildings tell a story. And what's so strange and marvelous about it is that it tells the stories of human origins and at the same time offers us a solution to the 3 greatest threats of our time. That's the thesis of my book, is that the 3 greatest threats of our time can be solved by studying the signs and symbols of the most least likely place on Earth with the most extraordinary architecture ever built or conceived.
You guys have some questions? Because I can keep going.
I've got them. So they're fairly recently independent sovereign nation. Often when that happens, nations start off impoverished. But if they're creating all of this fantastic architecture,
where does that money come from?
Where is it getting funded? Yeah,
it's good. It's a good point. Well, Kazakhstan is unique in that it has, by natural resources, what we would call a full house. They have a lot of oil, a lot of gas, a lot of diamonds, a lot of gold, a lot of uranium. Yeah, so they basically converted this natural wealth into creating this showpiece of like a kind of like an international billboard for foreign investment. They're the kind of Geneva of Central Asia. In fact, the recent Syrian peace talks happened not in Geneva. For the very first time, they happened in Astana. Astana has a master plan office. It is an entire office dedicated to the master plan. So what they did is that in 1991, when they found their independence, they had put out an international competition for 5 years to find architects to devise a master plan. I placed a secret message in this book. So there's a secret message in this book, and the first person to decipher the exact wording of this secret message will win a $30,000 prize.
The trip out there.
The trip out there, yeah. So it's like 2 first-class tickets, plus $5,000 plus 7 nights in a 5-star hotel. You'll notice 5, 3, 7.
So where can people check out your work online?
Books available everywhere. I mean, Amazon, Indigo, I don't know, Barnes & Noble, wherever.
Check out all these links below. I think that's all the time we have for this week's episode. I've got a million questions. I know you guys probably do as well. Don't forget to post, like, comment, write.
You know where you might get those answers.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace.